normal muffler. That's all to do with the straight pipe. So we're gonna stick this son of a bitch in fucking probably in, I don't know what that is there, probably B1. We got this big fucking thing behind it. We're gonna just step it out of the way. Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, it's already that time of the year. Some of you guys might think I'm nuts, but I actually kind of enjoy this time of year. It's Incrop spray season, so we're out here on the peas. Sowed these on the, I believe it's the 5th and 6th of May. And it's high fucking time to be out here spraying, but it's been way too hot or thunderstorming. We haven't got fuck all for rain, but there's been enough wind and a little bit of spitting, enough that a guy couldn't get out here and get at it. So it's still hot as balls out. I don't know, it's probably about 5:30 I think here now. It's gonna start to cool off, but still a little warmer than what it should be, but I need to fucking get going here. So we're gonna go at a higher water rate. I usually do 5 gallons an acre. I bumped it up to 7 here. So instead of doing 80-acre fills, we'll be doing 60. So I'll have to do about 4.5 fills to do this half section, but minor details that don't take long to fill. So anyway, we're gonna get her loaded up here and get cracking. So I'll bring you guys back in a few. Well, just mixing up another batch of Kool-Aid here. Rinse the jug out. This is my UNA 28% nitrogen. Goes in with it. And then our chemical we're using is called Python. It's a cheaper version of Viper. I don't know why all their fucking pea chemical gets named after a snake, but anyway. And then I just putting a little wee bit of this surfactant in with it, just to help with the spray drift, because there's a little bit of a breeze earlier, but it's kind of fucked off here now. But I'm supposed to put a half a jug in per tank, but I only had 1 jug left, so I was only putting a 1/3 in to make it stretch. So anyway, we're up to 160 acres sprayed. I was gonna do 7 gallons like I was saying, but these nozzles that are on here, I usually go at 5, and I couldn't get 7 gallons out of them, so I just went back to doing it at 5 to make the math work out, so I put, without having to have fucking half jugs of chemical left over. So anyway, well, I'm gonna get this back loaded, and I'll talk to you here in a few when we're back giving her again. So well, just loaded up with the last half tank. Sure, I lost 6 quarts of blood from the fucking mosquitoes out there. Jesus Christ. Anyway, make our way back across the field and do the last bit. What the fuck are we even at here? 243.4. Loaded up with 40 acres worth. I think there's only probably fucking 15 left, of course, but 40 acre cases, so whatever. If anything, we'll just empty it out on the road, some free dust control. So anyway, the way this stuff burns, I don't want to double up the chemical too badly and just spray it out, so I'll just fucking be rid of it anyways. That little triangle sprayed, I just didn't have my auto steer engaged quick enough. So anyway, talk to you guys here, I don't know, when the sun's up or we're done or get stuck or whatever happens. So talk to you then anyway. There we go. One job done. Way down at the far end of the half section. I'm right by the road, so I'll just fucking go home with this instead of driving all the way back across the field to get the half ton. Just come back for it tomorrow. So anyway, there we go. Sprayed 267.5. And then the one neighbor spraying his peas that borders right up against me, he had like 16 acres worth of chemical left over in his sprayer. He said, you want me just to spray it out on yours? I said, have at her. So that works out to, what, 290 something? I think I sprayed like seeded 250 something acres out there. I usually spray on average about 10% more than what I seed, just because of overlap being quite a bit bigger than what the air seeder is. So it's just like the Seed Hawk there versus the Flexi Coil, 54 feet versus 33. I on average sowed 10 acres more on a quarter due to overlap. So one day having a sectional control, at least for the anhydrous part on that machine, would pay for itself pretty quick. If you're putting an extra $600 a quarter kind of thing there in just anhydrous, wouldn't take very long to pay off sectional controls. So anyway, I suppose keep on making our way home here. It's not too far, and talk to you guys in the morning, I suppose. She goes fairly quick down the road. It's not too bad anyway. Well, next morning, got Grandpa's old Ford, the only Ford I farm with other than the Detroit, but it doesn't count because it's GM at heart. Got it in the shed here where I usually keep the McCormick, because when I finished seeding peas, I put my leftovers in here. There's 40, 50 bushels kind of thing. And no tarp on the old truck, so I parked it in the shed here. Just so it wouldn't get rained on, because that guy I had big plans for had a tire let go. You can see I'm running around on one just around the yard. This tire's effed also. But tire shop having a bitch of a time getting the fucking tires off of it, because they're kind of an oddball. They're not really a split rim on here. They're weird from how he was describing it, and he's got a bitch of a time trying to get the tire off. So I don't know, I'm gonna end up having to take something and try to cut the old tire off, or I don't know. Anyway, and it's a bitch too, because they're them goddamn stud style rims. They're not a Dayton clamp on, so I can't just get rims off something else and clamp them on there, of course. So, and then 4020 here, the Buto is no more good. You get to take your life in your hands here every time you start it. So I'll have to address that problem too, I guess. Anyway, let the battery charge up on the old truck for a few minutes. Get 4020 out of the way, and then I guess what we're doing with that truck, the one neighbor that we're seeding for, the last guy here, there's a dad done 100 acres yesterday, and the guy actually bought my leftover oats and barley seed. I put 100 acres into that, and now he wants to put millet with peas on his other half section that's left. So I told him, yeah, I'll fucking sell you my leftover seed peas. They're already had that powdered inoculant on them. I don't think the inoculant's any good anymore. It's not like the liquid stuff, but I know for a fact the peas will still grow. So anyway, that's what's happening this morning. So get things organized, and I'll bring you back in a few. poor gutless old sow. Poor old 352. She ain't what she used to be. Mind you, it was a Ford, so it probably wasn't much to begin with. That'll piss me off, won't it? This old truck, it's Grandpa Henry's old truck. It was this big truck for a lot of years. And before he bought it, it was on with a custom combining crew. And he said they'd take the sides off the box, lay them down on the box, and then they'd haul their, hear what he said now, Super 27 or 92 Massey combines on the back. They'd go all the way down into Texas and work their way all the way back up north again. Half a dozen of them. So she's been around the countryside, this old girl. Grandpa's rebuilt the motor in it once. And I put a different transmission in it because the other one was absolutely foobarred. So, much as I make fun of it, I'm sure it could tell a few interesting stories anyways. Oh, I'll keep her going for a few more years yet. Well, later on here, the same day, kind of done a bunch of running around here this afternoon that wasn't really worth videoing, but what the hell's the time now? 9:30. I got going about an hour ago here spraying Dad's wheat. I could have been going a bit sooner, but Keegan had a baseball game and I haven't gone to one of them yet, so went into that. And yeah, I'm just doing Dad's 100 acres here right now anyways. We're at 81 acres. I should be doing 80 acres on a tank, so I had just a shade more water in there than what I needed. So we're spraying with Velocity and Tebi it's called, which is a fungicide. I'm doing at a half rate. Gives a little bit of protection for your leaves there when it's making all its leaves and shit here right now, tillering and what have you. I used to use pivot or till, but they didn't have any. They had this shit called Tebi, which I've never heard of, so we'll see how it works, I guess, in comparison. But anyway, get 400 gallons of water back on here again, and we'll talk to you when we're out in the field here. Won't take very long to finish, about 25 acres kind of thing, or 25, 30 acres to finish, because you always have a bit of overlap in this field, because it's kind of, one end is shaped like a V, so you've always got a bit of fucking around there. So anyway, we will talk to you in a few. Well, just about done out here. Another 3 passes or 3.5 passes kind of thing, so looking pretty dang good, Dad's wheat out here anyways. There's one thin line there where I had a plugged run, but other than that, it's all starting to tiller out and everything, so she's looking good. About to the end of our pass here. Boy, that gets dark like that, doesn't it? This is rough right here. A fucking hollow that never got seeded, but it is field, believe it or not. Hard to do one-handed, lots of buttons and switches. There you go. Resume cruise control. And away we go again. There we go. back to paying attention here and try to bring you guys back in the daylight. There, I'll spray that little strip. I don't have the paint on, but I know I got it. Well, it's the next day. Actually, nearing the end of the next day again, but I kind of been all over the place today. Went and fixed some fence, and then I loaded the Borgo, the old drill, up with barley, and I went and sowed 14.5 acres of low spots that were too wet when I was seeding wheat and peas. Just put straight barley in them, and I'll hay bind them here in the fall if they don't drown out. And then Amanda and I went over and got the hay bind fired up. I had it in the shed at my great uncle's yard. Get it home. We got a bit of work to do on it, and if we don't get a rain, I'll be cutting hay here right away because everything's drying up and dying. We were so fucking wet, and now it's getting pretty fucking dry. Need a drink here pretty bad, but we'll see, I guess. Such is life. So anyway, we're just about back to the yard, and then gonna get the sprayer topped up and go and spray my quarter of wheat. Then there'll be a little bit of a break in spraying till the rest of the stuff is ready, so probably won't be too long in between, but it'll be a little while anyways. But anywho, talk to you in a few. Well, Pete, is there enough room in here for you to ride with me? Sorta, kinda. Well, we're just about 50 acres in on spraying this 155 acres of wheat. Do about 80 acres on the fill here. So, go till it's empty, and then I'm not sure if I'm gonna come back out and finish it or finish the field tonight or not, because I want to get up early tomorrow before it's hot out and work on hauling some cows out to pasture here again. Yes, I know I'm not going fast enough. I'm trying to make a YouTube video today, now, but right? Anyway, I don't know. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in when I'm done this tank here. It's already 10 after 9. Be a few minutes yet till we're empty, so anyways, keep on spraying here, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit here, and I know what I'm doing anyways. The wheat sure looks damn good anyways. Well, I fucking buried her this time. You can't tell, but I didn't realize that was as wet as what it looked like. I just tried to skip along the edge of it, and the old sprayer just went, whoop! Done! But anyway, Amanda's right there with the McCormick. Give us a fucking yank. I don't know. She's gonna have to hook the chain up herself, I think, because I can't. I don't want to get my boots all disgusting. So we'll bring you back here in a minute.